The materials I use are typically, I mean, it's always oil paint. I think I can say that comfortably. And then I do switch between canvas, panel, sometimes paper. But, you know, I take a pretty traditional approach to that in terms of, you know, what I've learned and what I've always done, you know, as a figure painter. So that has pretty much stayed the same. The way that I arrived at my materials, I mean, there was never any question that I was going to paint with oils. I mean, that's what I've always wanted to do and always been the most drawn to. I didn't oil paint at all. I didn't know anything about it until I went to college. And my friend and I snuck into one of the studios and just bought stuff probably from Michael's just to be like, we have to try this before we're like stuck in a class and don't know what we're doing. But aside from that, been pretty much hooked ever since, and terrified to find out how much it is actually, because I'm like, I have this like little thing and now I'm just like putting it in everything. I bought this really nice paint for myself when I got this grant, and I've just been scared to use it, and I'm just like, hey, how do we start using it? And I'm like, no, this is why I didn't use it, because now I know how great it is. I just want to put it in everything. I do really like stretching my own canvases and also priming panels, which is very tedious, but it's just not the same if I don't stretch them. I mean, I'll do it in a pinch, but that's also an important part of my process. It's just something about the finish that I can get, you know, it being like not just mass produced, and as frustrated as I get with imperfections, it's still better to have that connection from the gate and be able to stretch and prime and do everything myself. In terms of other materials for painting, I mean, in high school it was always acrylics and just whatever I did outside of that. I mean, I feel like I had plenty of time to experiment and try some things out before I really dove into oil painting, and that's always been the thing that I've wanted to get better at, that I have a real drive to figuring that out, and I hesitate to say mastering the medium, but I mean, even in college, it was such a small program and there were not that many requirements, so that's why at the end I was able to pretty much pick what my concentrations were. I mean, I could have said printmaking. You know, like I took, you know, a lot of different things, everything from stone carving to, you know, regular, to design, you know, all of those things. Was really into collaging for a while, but you know, that was kind of cemented a while ago that oil painting was what I wanted to do.